Hey everybody, welcome to another Muddy Reviews. This one's going to be a little different. So this is a actual requested video, and it's going to be a kit review, and it's going over my Spanish Special Naval War Force or FGNE first line belt setup. So I will be going from left to right, but first I'm going to talk about the actual base belt itself, just to get that out of the way and cover it. So it's a Multicam TYR Gunfighter. It's a GFB 110. It's the version 1 belt, so it's got the loop on the inside instead of the hook, and it's a Molly. It's a Molly Gunfighter. It's got the Australpine buckle. Great belt. Great belt. Love these things. This is what the FGNE run. So it is amazing. So I'm just going to go jump into this now and just start it up. So we're going from the left, and we're going to go all the way around to the right and just hit it up. So I'm starting up with the holster. So this is Safariland 6004. These are used by the FGNE. It's configured for Glock 17 because they run the Glock 17s. This is not a real Glock 17, of course. It's it's an airsoft gun. This is a WE Glock 17 in here, and I'll just hit on this real quick. The WE Glock 17s are a little bit of a chunky monkey. They're getting them in these holsters can be a little bit of a bitch. I got to do some light modding to the inside of the holster because the WE17 actually the slide's a little thick. It's closer to a 37. I got a real Glock 37, and I was comparing the slides, and they are not terribly far off from one another because I've got a UFC Unifier Company 17, and the slide is actually a little smaller. So, for thoughts, and just keep that in mind. If you are a Glock guy or looking for an airsoft Glock, the WE, good gun, really reliable, shoots really well, but the slide is a little off spec. It's a little thick. So when you're going to get a holster, keep that in mind. It might be a little difficult to holster it. But UFC, gun's okay, shoots decent, but it will be more spec'd towards holsters. Anyway, I've got a few things on this belt that are my own personal desire and use that are not Spanish specific, because that's kind of how I approach every kit. I kind of touch every kit with what I call the 80% rule. I try to be as authentic to at least 80%, and then I allow myself at least 10 to 20%. I know 80 would be 20, but sometimes 90%. But I give myself about a 20% wiggle room for personal use because, as you've probably, if you've heard any of my videos before, you've heard that I am a member. I am military. I've done some deployments. I've used some of this equipment in the real world. I know what works for me, what I like, and what I don't like. So I don't prescribe to copying a photo identically, even if it's for an impression, because that photo was that guy, and that's what he liked, and that's what ran for good for him. Unless it was a direct unit SOP, I won't copy it because that just doesn't make sense. So anyway, something that is not Spanish in particular or Spanish SOP would be this light right here on the holster in the frame of the view, and that is a Petzl E-Light I have on the holster. This is something I've been doing for years, and I'm a big proponent of two is one is none. So I like to have multiple lights, and I always have an extra headlamp, and I keep it on my holster. Yes, I know it's red. That's not very tactical, but I always know I have a light that way. And when it comes to the holster itself, something I also personally like to do is it's a drop leg, so I like to run a single strap running from the top and then coming out the bottom. I have large quads. I am a Yo Soy chunky boy, and I don't like to run two straps because it just constricts my movement. It constricts my legs, so I stick with the single strap. All right, moving on. Next, we have behind the holster, the holster. I have this HSGI taco pouch in multicam, and inside of it, I have a PTS G36 PMAG. So, really common magazine that the Spaniards will run with their G36s, as well as other European units. Great magazines, actually, airsoft wise. If you haven't used these are pretty awesome. This is the EPMG mag, I believe. I did a review on these. I'll have a link to that review in the description below. Great magazines. I highly recommend them. Moving on, these are the Pecky TFSS flotations. These are not replica like BB Speedloader bullshits. These are real deal flotations. Uh, Not necessary. I mean, they're necessary for the kit as far as like the belt for the FGNE, but it's not necessary to get real ones. I just personally wanted real ones because I mean, if I'm gonna play or use this kit anywhere near water, it's just nice to have them. Plus, I like them because I'll use them for other stuff, kayaking and all that kind of shit. And I like them. They're great. When I worked on the water a lot, and I worked with boats. And when I could get away with it, I would try to run something like these, the kidney beans. But unfortunately, my unit SOP did not allow kidney beans most of the time, so we couldn't get away with it. Once in a blue moon, you can pull it off. On the whole, something I've actually kind of neglected to talk about, and I should. So, running from the Glock, I've got a Gemtech Lanyard, and this is all another personal thing. It's not a Spanish specific item. As a matter of fact, I don't know if I've ever even seen the Spaniards running the Gemtechs. I've been running this Gemtech Lanyard since 2006, and it is 2021, and it is still going strong. This is a phenomenal lanyard. I'll have to do an actual review on it one day. This thing is great. I have used this lanyard on 2 combat tours, multiple workups, and then multiple just regular, everyday blue water bullshit jobs and police work, and it is a phenomenal lanyard. It holds up. These things are great. I can't speak highly enough about them. So moving on, you've got. I'm not even joking. And this when I first learned this, I was like, wait, what? No fucking way. This is a Condor Dump pouch. This is what is issued to the FGNE. This is what the Spaniards actually issue to their special forces. It is Condor. Yes, airsoft, Huya, Condor, dump pouch. So that is a thing. I mean, but it's a dump pouch. Fuck it. You just throw magazines in it. It holds stuff. They do work. They're just notoriously bad quality a lot of times. Snaps usually break. Shit like that. I don't like how the Condors mount or marry to these belts. I just hate them. But I use it because if I don't, I will upset my precious Spaniards that I know. And they will get mad at me and they will yell at me and they will say, Muddy, you must stick with the kit. And then I will have to beg their ever apologies, and I don't want to upset them. I don't want to piss off my precious Spaniards. So moving on, I've got kid you not, another Condor item, Condor ifak. This was an issued item to the Spanish FGNE, and I did add something to it though. So behind it, I've got this tourniquet little sleeve that I made myself. This is something I sewed up, and it velcros in behind right here with the actual ifak, and I like this. This is a nice little sleeve. It's good to go. It's simple little velcro sleeve. I like it. It's good to go. But yeah, Condor ifak. Something that they've moved on to and will use. I found out later that they stopped using these as much and had kind of started making them more of a training item. And they started using the ifaks you can put underneath your plates. I want to say it's made by Focus, and they're like a vacuum sealed ifak that you would wear like under your front ballistic plate, and that's what they would use during like their waterborne missions. But they do use these, and they were on their belt kits or their vest. I preferred it on my belt kit versus my 1694 because it just took up less space. But yeah, Condor of all fucking things. Who would have thunk it? Again, I already talked about the Pecky. And then next to the Pecky, you've got 2 Eagle FB SFLCS pouches. And these were very common with the Spaniards. These were even seen pretty far back when they first stood up, as well as up to modern time. You see some other pouches and other types of load carriage for pistol magazines with the Spanish, but these right here, these guys are extremely common. The SFLCS Eagle FBs, and I've got 2 Glock 17 mags in them, so that's kind of the way to go. That's of course because I'm running the Glock, and then you got the rest of your belt. You got the little D-ring for your party action when you want to dangle out of a helo, but I'm playing airsoft and I will not be dangling out of any helos because I'm just not that cool, and especially even in real world, I wouldn't be dangling out of a helo. So that is it. I will go to flip the belt over though to kind of cover the inside of the belt real fast, just so you can kind of get a look at it. Because there is something of note, I guess, inside of here. So inside of the belt, this is kind of cool. So this is coming from like I said, it's TYR, and it got this comfort pad that comes actually with the belt from TYR. So if you're not running the internal like hook inner belt to marry with it, so it'll like stick to you, you got this little comfort pad here, and that's kind of cool, and I like it. This Velcro's on, and like I said, this is the V1, the version 1 belt, so it's got the loop on the inside of the belt. The version 2, instead of loop, it's got hook, and then your inner belt that you would wear with your pants would be the loop version. With this one, you wear a hook version instead with your inner pants. It all depends on personal preference. From what I understand, the reversal, wearing the hook on the belt and then the loop on the inner belt, actually is more stable. And I don't know, I haven't really noticed that much of a difference, but I could tell you at a later date because I actually have a whole nother first line that I use for a Belgian soft kit, and it's the reverse of this. It's the actual V2 TYR belt, and I can tell you which one feels more stable over long duration later when I get to use it more, because I've only got to use this a handful of times before my surgery, and I did like it. It felt pretty stable, but I could tell you better. Something to note too, if you can see right here, I changed out the standard Molly backs for the ifak, the Condor, because they broke. Hence why Condor sucks at most of the time. The snaps actually broke, so I said fuck it, and I switched them out for 2 small tactical Taylor Malice clips, and then I just taped them down just to keep them a little more streamlined, because I just don't like shit moving around on my belt. 90-mile-an-hour tape is your friend. I did the same thing with my holster. I'd use some 90-mile-an-hour tape just to take some of the slop out of the top half here of the holster where it marries to the belt. I do that a lot, and then I did it here too. I just liked to just kind of take some of that out. I'll use 90-mile-an-hour tape pretty religiously and knock it out. So this belt was the very first time I had ever used a TYR belt of this type in one of these newer, I guess, gunfighter styles. And I like them. I'm a big fan of the gunfighter belts now. I was used to using the bigger, fat battle belts. Like, I have another belt I'm building for the FGNE, and it's based on a Tasmanian Tiger. And it's the bigger, older style Molly battle belt. It's pretty cool. I'm going to be using that for like a land warfare setup. And I'm going to be running that more because it's an older style for their older kit. And I'll probably run the G36 mainly with that. And this belt is going to be mainly used for the, of course, you can tell because it's got the Peckies, a VBSS type look and a VBSS type setup. And I'll be running that with a 416A5 when I eventually get one, because that's what the Spaniards are using now, especially within the FGNE. They haven't quite moved on within MOE or some of the other units yet. So I hope you liked this walkthrough of the belt. I plan on doing some more of these. I've got some requests from my precious Spaniards, and I don't want to upset them or deny them this walkthrough, because they've been really helpful actually with me getting this set up. I did live in Spain for a few years. I've only recently been back in the States for a little while, and these guys they're awesome. They're good dudes. They were really helpful. They helped me actually get this kit together and make it fucking ridiculously accurate. So I can't tell them no. I can't let them down. So like, comment, subscribe. if you liked this gear walkthrough, let me know. I really want to know if this is a video type that you guys do like and will like. I plan on making a special playlist just for these types of videos, and I will hopefully be doing a walkthrough of my Belgian first line next, and then probably more of my FGNE kit, and then more kits from there because I've got plenty of kits. All right, y'all, take care. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.